Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure today to join you for the 2016 ESRI Singapore User Conference. Thank you, Thomas, for your invitation. The Singapore Land Authority and I are deeply honored. This year's conference theme of Working Smarter Together cannot be more well-timed. During this year's parliamentary budget debate, Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Teo Chee Hean announced plans to build engineering capabilities, including GeoSpatial capabilities to support our Smart Nation effort. To this end, SLA, in close partnership with GovTech, will be establishing a Center of Geospatial Capabilities next year. The recent push to deepen Geospatial Information Science and Technology, or GISD, capabilities in Singapore is a clear evidence of the importance of GISD in its success has been built upon by the geospatial professionals from the government, the private sector, and community groups gathered here today. We all share the same belief that we can collaborate through GISD to build smarter organizations, smarter communities, and a smarter, more sustainable world. Globally, GISD is now recognized as a strategic capability. The UN Global Geospatial Information Management and its official body of the Committee of Experts are making a concerted effort to enhance the use of GISD. GISD is used in the monitoring and decision-making on national and global issues, including the 2015 UN Sustainable Development Goals. The World Bank has begun to undertake strategic work in GISD. It has a global land and geospatial unit to support its social, urban, rural, and resilience global practice. GISD will be used to assist, measure, and monitor investment decisions so that monies can be targeted and spent in the correct locations. Overall, the growth momentum for the geospatial industry continues to strengthen. Analysts forecast the global GISD market to grow between 7% and 10%. This is in line with the use of GISD gaining traction globally. The growth prospect in the future would depend to a large extent on the success of the public, private, and people sectors in bringing innovation, opportunities, and skill through GISD adoption. From this perspective, SLA and GovTech will continue to play an important role in driving Singapore's geospatial development through the SG Space program. We will build on our existing strengths to enable a smart government, smart communities, and smart people. We believe that the government should continue to lead by example, to work better and to work smarter. We are committed to building a smart government which will, among other technologies, leverage on GISD in policy decision-making, operations, and service delivery. To this end, our Central Geospatial Expert Service has been collaborating with 36 agencies and organizations on more than 80 geospatial projects across multiple domains, from social, healthcare, security, and land use. We have awarded about $15.5 million in funding to help 23 agencies transform their work processes or enhance their service delivery through GISD. We have put in place a whole government geospatial data sharing platforms, GeoSpace and OneMap. Today, both platforms have grown in size and in strengths, and in GeoSpace today, we have more than 1,000 geospatial data layers contributed by more than 40 agencies. Now, going forward, we will transit into Virtual Singapore, a dynamic 3D city model and collaborative data platform with 3D maps of Singapore. All of this can only be made possible through strong interagency collaborations we have today. We work better when we work closer as a smart community. GeoSpace enables such collaborations through virtual workspaces or geo-communities where agencies collaborate on common matters. For example, the Unmanned Area Systems community set up and led by MOT leverage on UAS to improve public sector operations. Examples include using UAS for construction sites inspection, maritime incident response, or in dengue control operations. This geo-community enables agencies to share geotech area photographs and notify when one of them intends to fly a UAS at a particular site. Other agencies can then tap on the same UAS flight for their respective purposes, saving time and money. With advanced tools, the area photographs could be joined together and analyzed, and they could potentially be used for updating our 3D maps in an ever-changing Singapore physical landscape. However, the government cannot do everything alone. We need to continue fostering a deeper spirit of collaboration beyond the public service. In fact, many ideas and solutions reside within the community. For example, SLA Geo Hackathon, supported by its Geo Innovation Fund, catalyzed the creation of an app that helps a VWO, Food from the Heart, to deliver unsold bread to beneficiaries island-wide. This Uber of social service matches services and volunteers can use the app to register for bread collection routes, find the quickest way delivery route, and report bread collection information. Beyond creating the infrastructure and the mechanism to develop GISD, SG Space plays a more fundamental role in building a nation of smart people. Since 2008, we have trained more than 3,600 public officers in basic geospatial skill sets and the use of GeoSpace. We have conducted various educational activities and programs such as the Singapore GeoSpatial Challenge, Singapore GeoSpatial Scholarships, and more recently, One eMap, a geospatial platform for students. To strengthen our GISD capabilities, our upcoming Center of Geospatial Capabilities will partner stakeholders to aggregate key capabilities and build deep engineering expertise in critical areas of need. The center will holistically provide professional and technical expertise to agencies, formulate and implement resourcing and talent development strategies, and to invest in R&D to build cutting-edge capabilities. These exciting plans mark an inflection point in Singapore's short but accelerated geospatial development history. We have reached a level of maturity where we can potentially direct the use of GISD to address effectively some of our nation's grandest challenges. How do we harness GISD to renew our economy, to transform our urban landscape, and to build more resilient and caring communities? How can we work together to tap on emerging technologies and to realize joint objectives? These are some of the questions that we hope to answer in our upcoming Singapore Geospatial Master Plan. Over the last few months, we have been working in collaboration and consulting with our stakeholders from the agencies, industry, academia, and communities to articulate the common vision, goals, and outcomes for the Geospatial Master Plan. There have been many good ideas suggested by the stakeholders at the roundtable discussions we organized. A notable idea is an industry sharing data platform. Another is the setting up of an industry body to jointly promote the use of GISD. There are many more ideas and suggestions to push the GISD industry to a new frontier. We will work together with the stakeholders to assess the feasibility of these ideas for the master plan. We hope to share more about this next year. All in all, we are very heartened by the active participations of our stakeholders in the formulations of the Geospatial Master Plan. This is truly a good example of working smarter together. In closing, I would like to congratulate ESRI for putting together a very substantive program and a forward-looking conference. ESRI Singapore User Conference has grown to become one of the spatial industry's premier conference and networking events. Now, there is a very bright future for all of us in the GISD industry. But there are challenges as well. But let's work together and work smarter together to tackle all these challenges and work towards success for all of us here today. On this note, I wish you a fruitful conference ahead. Thank you.